Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. This is the first video I am recording, so if it's bad, just put some advice in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. Now today we'll be playing some Plague Inc. Evolved. For those of you who do not know, this is the computer version of the Plague Inc. you can get on your iPhone and iPad Android devices. Now much has changed in Evolved. I will show you the features once I am in the game. Unlock video. Sorry, I'm currently at school. This is my free time. Now, as you can see, you can create your own scenarios using the scenario creator, which is right there. They've also added multiplayer. And they have also, as you can see, given you the ability to play other people's custom scenarios. Now, I have a list. So yeah. Now, for now, we're only going to be getting into the main game. As you can see, I only have bacteria, virus, and simian flu. Now, simian flu I got with the update. But virus I unlocked by beating the bacteria, as you can see there. Now for now, we will be going with the bacteria. If you would like me to use another disease, just say in the comments. Now here you can insert your genomes. I have unlocked some genomes already. If you would like to see me use them, just put that link in the description. I'll just put that in the description. Thanks. Now for now, I normally only play on casual, as it is for new players or those looking for a quick game. But for this purpose of this video, I will be playing a normal game. And for those of you who do not know, the cheat button is right here. You do get all the cheats that you get on mobile. I highly recommend the game for Steam users. Now, here's where you input your name. The traditional name they give you is PAX12, but as you can see, I have changed it here. Let us play. Now here you get the welcome bubble. It pops up every time you start a new game, and these bubbles will pop up, but if you're new, I highly recommend reading them. So here we go. Highly recommend starting in Africa, as it is a poor and rural area, so there's a much bigger chance of you get infected. Now you just saw you get the infection bubble. Here is the toilet bubble I told you about, featuring your name of your disease. Now, here's your disease screen, the amount of people getting infected. Oh, and did I show you? Here, just so you know, here is a list of actions, research they are doing, the amount of infection. Here is a live feed. Now, here's a feed, actually, similar to feed, simulating the country. Now, as it gets worse, the feed will change a bit. But this is the overall screen. Here you can see which countries you've infected. Here's a list. There's the total amount of people you have infected, the borders, which say if they're closed or not, the threat level, the cure. In the disease screen, much has changed. Here's a summary of your thing. Your bars, like your lethality if you're infecting, the amount of DNA, your evolution history is here. The trend, which is a graph of everything, is here. Here you can see your disease. Now, if you were to evolve your disease, everything is normal. But you can see your disease change, and here is a example of the human anatomy, which will start to highlight as you start to evolve various symptoms. But the abilities and everything are still as normal. So let us continue into the gameplay. I highly recommend evolving your transmission first, because if you were to evolve your symptoms first, which are the cheapest but will make you a lot easier to notice. Now the abilities will give you a boost, like the bacterial hardening, which will help with the heat and cold. Furthermore, everything is pretty much normal gameplay that you would find on mobile. So let's delve into the gameplay. And have you also noticed you can also zoom in, see how it ships and planes fly over the area, which is a very cool feature. See, here comes the thing about the tutorial bubble I mentioned. As you can see, we do have enough DNA, so for now let us get blood transmission. See, another bubble is popped. This is my first video, so if I do seem a bit nervous, that is why. Now, as you can see, the red dots appear as usual. As you evolve your transmission, these yellow bubbles will become more and more frequent. Now let's further evolve the transmission of our disease. So yeah. Here's the news bubble, which you'd find on mobile. You can also drop it to find more news. Furthermore, everything is like mobile, except for these, which tell you if it is rural, urban, rich, and so forth. Now, once you have 11 DNA handy, I'd highly recommend getting the drug resistance, as it will help combat the medication, if there is any. Now guys, if you can't hear anything, I am currently using headphones, as I am still at school. No. And the shortcuts for the disease menu are Q, and the health menu will be E if you are playing. If you ever intend to get the game, which I highly recommend. As you can see, we just spread, and here is the notification confirming that we have spread to another region. And as you can see, it sometimes will mutate. And once you have, seeing that days do pass, I highly recommend getting cold, so that if nighttime does come, if the days switch, the disease won't be affected by the switching of time. See, as you can see, an orange bubble popped a bubble from East Africa. So as you can see, the red dots are becoming more frequent, which means we are becoming a lot more transmissive. Now let us livestock. Livestock is very handy in rural areas. As you can see, red dots are appearing a lot. See, various events will happen. As you can see, if you evolve your transmission more than your symptoms, it will start to rapidly spread in amongst Africa. And see, like mobile, it will say if you're more infectious than TB, HIV, and so forth. And to access this screen of a country, click on a country, and then you'll see this 3-dot icon. Just click on that, and it'll give you this whole screen here. You can see what's going on in the country, how picture from the normal game screen, graph showing how it's infected, how they are working on the cure, current government actions, if any borders are closed, and your current threat level. You can also access the disease and cure menus from these. So yeah. As you can see, East Africa is nearly full red because I've infected most of the population in the area. I have to switch speeds. See, things like this will affect your game if a severe storm strikes, because that means they will put more money into that event in order to be able to cure you. Now, what symptoms have we evolved with these? Some of the more basic symptoms are handy, but as you delve more into them, they will start becoming lethal. So I do not recommend evolving your symptoms until you have at least 3 basic traits of transmission. Now, as you can see, I have fully infected Central Africa, and they have now noticed me and will start working on the cure. Without greater funding, it will take a long time. See, here's the bubble, like I told you, of them starting a cure. Now, I am playing this game on Steam for those of you who do not know. If you do not have Steam, I highly recommend getting it, as there is a wide variety of games available on it. As you see, because of my high transmission has rapidly. Once you do get the amount for birds, I highly recommend getting it. But they will then spread to other countries. As you see, I have just evolved a rich country, but if you do not have drug resistance when evolving it, a bubble will pop up advising you to do it. Now let us... Drug resistance 2 is very expensive. I highly recommend evolving ways of transmission. so that your disease can transmit a lot more. As you can see, more and more people of the world are getting infected, and events like this will happen. They involve other countries simultaneously. Now, why are people becoming dead as I am not lethal? This may be due to the disease causing them to have accidents or anything or something, or them taking the wrong medication. So if this does happen and you haven't evolved anything lethal, now that it is not your fault, now we can get drug resistance too. As you can see, that will happen when they start doing cure. As you can see, we have just been placed on the watch list, and that will happen if you've infected an entire continent. It will easily happen when using Africa. Now let us go. Right. Mosquitoes. Now that we have all the base genes, highly recommend evolving your abilities as they are currently working on the cure. As you can see, we are constantly infecting more people. Humus symptom. Oh no, we've gone lethal. Let's quickly de-evolve that. We do not want people dying. See this. Abilities. The genetic reshuffle is a very handy ability if you evolve it. As you can see, we have infected most of the world. Many areas have been infected, actually. Caribbean, Greenland, Sweden, and Finland are the only things that have not. The genetic reshuffle 2 and the genetic hardening. I highly recommend getting those if available. Genetic reshuffle 3 is very expensive, but very handy. It has multiple strengths and capacity, and now it's increasing the work needed. Genetic hardening is another very handy thing. Now, as you can see, as you evolve, your disease will change in image, and like I said, these things lit up as I went through the game. As you can see, we've infected most of humanity. And those blue planes are cure planes. We must pop those bubbles, otherwise the cure will progress. The Caribbean is infected. Now, as you can see, like I said, more and more areas are being banned. And that is my current level of biohazard level. Once that reaches 5, the entire planet's gonna be after you, so. Now, I say it's time to go lethal. Symptoms. T1s. Sweating. Now, as you can see, the first confirmed death of my disease happened in France. Now, this can happen in any country, not particularly France, which is in my case. As you can see, more and more people are dying. If you didn't see the animation earlier, there it is. And that will happen when the cure advances. Now, if the cure hits 25, 50, 75, and 100%, this bubble will pop up saying the percentage the cure is complete for. I'm de-evolving things that so I can go lethal. The cold resistance is currently stopping me. As you can see, I've only and that certain amount infected. Now. As you can see, more sports are popping up in Greenland, but I might be defeated. Now the global effort just focuses on the cure. Now Greenland is fully infected, so I'm now going to change back to normal play. De-evolve some more things so I can go lethal. Even more lethal than I am currently, because as you can see I'm not very much lethal. I'm going to keep the drug resistance, although many people are actually infected, so I will actually de-evolve that. And the cold resistance. Symptoms. There's the lethality booster we need, 34. That is very expensive and very lethal. Mission. There we have it. Now the cure is complete, so I am defeated. Like I said, I was defeated. So yeah guys, that's the basic gameplay of Plague Inc. Evolved. If you found the video helpful, I highly recommend giving it a thumbs up if you can. And see you guys later.